So now we're gonna escape it. So the first thing is gonna be the push, right? I think it's gonna be really difficult for you to get your right shin in. So I like to grab here. I mean, yes, right shin would probably be smart, but he's not gonna let you do that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go like a C-clamp. I'm gonna push and I'm gonna snake out. And then I'm bringing my left knee in, like this, left knee in. What that does is it allows me to set up half guard. So when Ton starts to drop and starts to adjust, I'm in my underhook side and I have half guard. So this is one of those moves where it's pure timing. So I'm gonna frame on the knee, I snake, right? I frame, I snake out. Then my left knee is gonna go inside of this pocket, but it's not gonna catch anything. It's gonna be chilling there. So now when he starts to adjust, right? I don't know, what would you do typically from here, Ton?
Square up.
Yeah, once he squares up, I snake out and then I lock my legs up and now I'm in underhook half guard, which is much better. And now I'm no longer in a pin position. So unfortunately, like there's not a lot you can do when he has so much pressure with his shoulder and his hip, and then he has a kickstand with his right leg. So bridging to this side is gonna be very difficult, right? So it only kind of leaves open my right side. So I'm gonna C-clamp. Maybe you can get your shin in here. I think it's gonna be probably not as common just because he has a lot of pressure on that, and maybe you could sweep him over to the side. So we're gonna find that little hole to the left hip. So I always cup the belt. I wanna maintain connection with Ton. I'm gonna frame, and then I turn and I snake, because there's nothing blocking my hip here. And then I insert my knee. Then when he starts squaring up, I keep the frame, and then I'm in my underhook position. And then you can go to dogfight or whatever. So one more time at like real-time speed. So give me some pressure, Ton, yeah. And then he turns, boom, and I'm in. So really simple, really small adjustments, but it works really well when you only have your right side of your body free. Okay? All right, 1, 2, 3. So we did the C-clamp, we did the underhook. So now we're gonna focus on isolating this to get my right shin in. So it's gonna be difficult for me to push this up because she's clamping against my hip and she has driving her hip into me. So this is gonna be hard. So what I wanna do is I wanna start to move this leg here, which makes her clamp a lot lighter. So since she's clamping here, I'm gonna C-clamp. I'm gonna bring my right knee in and I'm gonna elevate my hips a little bit. Then as I start extending my right leg, I could put my shin in. I'm gonna cross my feet because sweeping her over to my left, it's possible, you can try it, but she does have the kickstand with her right foot and she has hip pressure. So I'm just gonna cross my feet and then start to extend as I sit up. So I can get more to like a butterfly position or even a butterfly hack position. Again. So the other option is, let's say I can't get, when I'm doing that last technique, I'm pulling here and I can't clear my shin, right? Maybe I can't get to here. So I can use my inside hook. So I'm here, I C-clamp, I nudge it, and once I start pushing, I use my inside hook like this. Now her foot is trapped. So then I can start to extend again, get into that position, and then start to extend her out and create space. That's when the mobility is a little bit difficult in that position. So here, I'm doing the last one. I push, I can't get my shin through, so I'm gonna hook with my outside foot. Now I can bring my knees to my chest, clear, get my shin in, and then start to extend out. And it puts so much torque on her leg that she has to start extending her weight out to her left. One more. So on this one, I'm gonna be pushing, but she's too early, so she starts capturing that arm, putting it up, and then she has my arm trapped in this position here. So I wanna get out of this position. The key is that, let's go back, when she starts to underhook it, I either wanna be grabbing my thumb in to the collar and then pointing. Then when she starts to isolate that arm, my thumb goes down and I'm pointing it towards her hips.
right? If my thumb is up, when she starts to squeeze everything together, it's going to finish. So I want to go thumb in, and I want to rotate my thumb down and grab here. So now when she tries to finish it, she can't finish it. The other option is, if I can't grab and I can't cup her head, I'm going to just rotate my thumb like this towards her toes. And now when she tries to squeeze it, it'll kill that. So now I have to start to get out on the other side. Let's do it 180. 180, 180, 180. Yeah. So because she's really high, I want to be cupping, either grabbing her shin or grabbing the material, scooting in, and now I can scissor my legs. As I scissor my legs, I'm going to start driving my legs under like this, stuffing her knee, and then ending up in my half guard. So from the top, she switches. I push. She goes, protect, capture. And now I'm in my half guard position. If she's pinning my arm with her shin, you have to do a little bit of adjustment. Here, so the options is you need to be able to cup this. And if I have a little bit of movement here where I can pull, I'm going to pull this in as I start capturing her leg, extending and then stuffing through as I rotate to my side. If I'm unable to and she's way too high on my arm here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pushing this out and then walking out the back door in this direction. Now, I'm okay and I'm safe in this situation because my arm is down. So when she tries to bridge and go for the armbar, there won't be anything here. So I need to rotate, pull up my arm, and then come up to top position.
All right, so next one, same position. Instead of pushing, I'm going to underhook. So I'm going to cup his hip and underhook. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge to my left. I'm going to try to capture his legs, this leg, in between my legs to get an over-under pass. So I make sure that you're pretty deep, right? But not so deep where he goes for his mounted triangle. So right here, I bridge up and over and I pin his leg. Now I can start walking, passing my foot, and then I'm gonna end up in a nice pin and side control. So watch my feet. Here, bridge up and trap. Now I can just pass this, because you don't want to get stuck in half guard, right? Belt, underhook, briefly. You only put it in when you're ready to go. Don't stay here. When you're ready to go, now I'm going to bridge up and over. I step over and I pin. His leg is going to magically be there. And then I can start passing and getting to my position. One more time. It's a very quick position. And I'm in. One more. So your left leg needs to stay low when you bridge. My right leg is the one coming over the top because I need to straddle this. And it's hard because of that position. So it's kind of like this. That's where I end up in. So belt, over, pinch. You could all the way if he's giving you trouble. But if you're here, you might as well just pass and go. Just don't bring his leg here. Now it's like when you try to go, he's gonna hook it, or without the hook, I try to pass my leg, he might use his hook to kick me over. Like, yeah. Good, so let's rotate it one more time. So that's why when I'm here, I capture and I'm kind of just pinching here. You could walk a little bit north-south if you want. My foot is not gonna go in. I don't wanna play with half guard. I keep my right leg up so he can't hook it, past my knee. And then I'm in a nice pin position. All right, any questions? No questions, all right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we go triangle territory, right? So I grab this, I come under. So the first one is timing. If I know he's gonna start bringing up his knee and he throws over his leg, go ahead. I'm gonna catch this across. That's something that I need to do, right? My left arm is not in any danger, but I'm kind of in this weird position. So you could frame, start coming up. I don't know. When I do this, I usually bring in my shin, and then I start coming to like a crab ride position coming up. The main thing is getting out of this mounted triangle position. So I'm late. I'm here, and then he starts bringing his knee. I identify. I need to push this across. Right? You could reinforce, grab the belt, come all the way to the top if you want. The main thing is you're not dealing with the mounted triangle anymore. You could bring in your shin and do it like I did. It's up to you. So here he goes. I start bringing in my shin, and then I'll start to attack. Now, if I'm in mounted triangle, the rule of thumb is bridge over, get to your knees. So I'm underhooking, but oh yeah, go for the triangle. So let's say he locks it up. So the best option is grabbing this, bridging up, and then defending on top. But what an earlier one you can do is you're gonna cut this knee, you're gonna walk towards that knee, and then you're gonna pop your head out. So go ahead and lock it up tight, Tom. Yeah. So here, grab, I walk to his knee, and then I pop my head out in the backside. Now I am on the bottom, I understand that. I am giving up position, right? He's gonna end up turning towards me, going to side control, but I am not being mounted anymore, and I'm no longer getting mounted triangled anymore, right? So here, I identified it too late. He goes, and he's in, and then he locks it up. So cupping and walking, easy for me to unwind and pop out my head. Now, if you're doing the regular defense, it's like grabbing the arm, bridging up, and now you have to deal with the regular triangle. And you can defend it however you want. But usually if they have a triangle, I end up tapping while I'm bridging up because they're already so tight. So again, if I'm here and he goes, I push the leg over. I can frame, bring in my shin, I can even bring in my right shin, as long as I'm not stuck in that position. When it's more locked up, I'm gonna cup that knee, and then I'm gonna walk. So he goes, I cup that knee and I start walking. You could frame out, recover guard, that's fine. Even when it's fully locked, you have to walk, head goes away from his knee, your body walks towards that knee. Let's go one more time. So I'm late, I didn't push it, and now he locks it up. So it's better to anchor. You don't want to just walk where he can just follow me. So I anchor his knee here. And as he tries to finish, I'm gonna walk towards his leg to this knee, not this direction. If I walk to my left, I'm gonna end up tapping myself. So go ahead and keep it tight. So here, I walk towards his knee, and it's easy for me to pop out my head. And then probably the best option is frame, get your legs in, and then start to recover guard from there. Oh, that's tight. All right, any questions? Yes?
Are you prying on that knee with that two-hand grip, like pushing on it?
I
Your
am
head?
pulling it so then he doesn't chase me. So I'm kind of like keeping it, let's go maybe like this. Yeah, so to show you how tight it is, when he sits back, it's right there, right? So as he sits back, I'm going to pull this and I keep it towards my hips. Then I walk towards that knee. Let's pop my knee out of that back door. Regardless of how tight it is, you might have to walk a little bit to get out, okay? You can try all three, but also block the wrist, bridge up, and then defend the regular lock triangle. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So the other option is I'm framing here on her neck, right, to get a better angle. So she might start, as she starts cross-facing, I'm pushing harder, she's gonna stuff that arm, and we're here. So the early defense for here is making sure that one, I wanna get my elbow back. So I like to anchor my hand to her hip, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a bridge and then bring my arm back. If I can get my arm, elbow to the floor, I could defend that arm. So she starts going here, I bridge and I pull back. But if she has it fully locked in, now she starts to dismount. That's where we're gonna have some other issues. So the best way to defend like the mid-range is before she's like really squeezing, I'm gonna find my left hand onto the armpit. I'm gonna bridge, bring my arm flat to the ground as I pull my arm back in. So she's her for the top.
early. She dismounts, armpit, bridge, bring my arm in front of her head. So arm frame on the neck, she passes. Early one, I'm gonna do a small bridge and pull my arm back, right? We go again, I frame, all the way locked in. She dismounts. Now I push on her armpit. I'm gonna bridge, bring my arm in front of her face, and then I can turn. If it's fully locked out, right? Let's do a 180. When it's fully locked out, we have to defend it. So I'm gonna shed this leg. I'm gonna go S grip, and then I'm gonna go heavy, turn my body to my left. Now that I'm here, I need to get my arm back in front of her face. So once I feel comfortable and I'm stomping down, which provides a lot of space in my neck to breathe, I'm gonna release, bridge, turn, and then get to my right side so I can defend that. So the next position is we're in crossbody mount, but then I'm really tight with my arm. So she goes to our shoulder pry. Just like that. So the first thing is that you have to defend it really early. And so in order to defend it early is that she's in the crossbody mount. So the one thing to defend it is you have to defend it really early. So I know that if I'm tight here and she starts to pin here, what I need to do is I need a bridge and then make my head heavy like this and keep my elbow really close to my body. So then it's hard for her to grab my wrist for Americana. And then when she tries to bring my arm above my head with her left hand, it stays pinned. And then we're kind of fighting this position. So we're in that crossbody mount. I'm tight. She pushes, elbow close to your body, bridge high, and keep your head really heavy. Because what she wants is she wants this arm to go up. She wants to push my head in as I start to turn to my side. So that's the early one. So I'm tight here. Boom, tight, bridge, and up. Now she won't be able to go for that shoulder pry. So now let's say that she starts to do the whole technique, and the moment that she puts her fist down like this, that's the opportunity for me to escape. Not when she's already shift your weight and adjust. Not here, but it's gonna be in the earlier part. So cross body, what I'm gonna look for is I'm gonna look for her armpit. And then I can't tuck my arm because she has her fist right here. So I'm gonna bridge to make her post in this direction. So she starts going here. Push right there. And then I create space. Here's the issue here. Yes, I'm still being mounted, but this is gonna be the battle that you're gonna have. You have to retract this arm. So you can either retract this arm and stay in mount, or retract this arm and scoot your right arm underneath. So you're not gonna be stuck in a mounted triangle. So it's a matter of when we're here, right? You're gonna retract and then tuck that one in. So how you get up from here is up to you. You could go out the back door by grabbing the belt, framing, coming up to the back. You might be able to underhook on this side and then start coming in for like your stack pass. So she goes again for that shoulder pry. The moment she punches and starts to turn me, that's when I'm gonna start to push her armpit and bridge. Here, create space, tight, and then start coming into top position, making sure you don't give her any space so she can start to gravity roll and recover guard. I would rather like expose her back. I will do one more with real time. The last one is when she's fully locked in with that position. This is where it's really difficult because I have tension on my neck. Now, in order to get out of this position, you look at her elbow. Her elbow is going to be the key. I can't bridge. My neck is pushed forward. I can't turn in. My arm is trapped. Can't turn to my left. Can't turn to my right because my left arm is trapped. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 2-on-1 on the elbow. I'm gonna slip my head out as I start squaring up with her. Here. So what that looks like slowly is I go 2-on-1. I'm gonna scoot my hips down as I pop my head out, right? And then I start squaring up with her here. Now, if you feel like you're able to, once you shoulder pry, you're gonna pop out. And then you can come up to your elbow. And then you can stiff arm, kind of like a Heisman. But honestly, like, because that position is so dynamic, it's gonna be really difficult in order to come up to your elbow, especially if they start hip switching and going to like a high mount or something. But mainly is you're escaped from the shoulder pry position. So she goes again, pins, walks. Now I'm already inside the whole position and I'm unable to kind of walk. So I go 2-on-1, I scoot. You'll notice how close she is. So she's probably gonna end up switching her arm and going for this arm bar. So that's why it's like stay tight and then start to go for your regular mat escapes from here. Let's do one more in real time.